All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 40. It is approximately 9:04 right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. So we're going to try this one more time for Q&A live stream number 40. So currently it is 9:05 right on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. So unfortunately, there is no new content coming out right now. And once again, that is due to COVID-19 or the coronavirus. Pretty much everything is closed from malls to stores to now haircut places are now closed. Restaurants are only doing delivery and takeout, and supermarkets are now having limited hours for people. It is quite scary and quite crazy. Hi again, Lenny03. How are you? Hello, Scott Shewitt. How are you? But all the malls are now closed, whether that's Simon, Westfield, Taubman, Make Eric, Brookfield. All of them are now closed for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, the malls will be back up and running by the first weekend in April. If not, hopefully by that middle week of April, things will be back to normal with shopping malls, and things will be back to normal for my channel. I may not be going back to school, but it is still a benefit because then I can drive down to where I need to get to for that weekend. I need to go to Smith Haven. Yes, 7-Eleven, I believe, would be open because that is a place for essential groceries and stuff. 7-Eleven is definitely opened. That is a very good question. And yes, I think that is very true. And unfortunately, I know a lot of kids are not going to like this, but online classes happening now are pretty much the beginning of the end for snow days because this is the very first time that they have done online classes. So I hate to rain on anybody's parade who liked snow days and no school, but online classes will pretty much destroy any snow days or, well, severe weather, that weather for the power going out, that's different, but snow days are coming to an end. And the next generation will not have snow days because they'll just all be online. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was Pennsylvania. And the reason why I feel like that this topic is important is because right now, unfortunately, due to coronavirus or COVID-19, it is now up in the air. What that means pretty much is it can go one way or the other. The hotel right now is still booked. The hotel that we are staying at is the TRU by Hilton. They have some beautiful ThyssenKrupps. It'd be a real shame to not get to ride them. But if it does come down to our own health and safety, obviously we're not going to jeopardize our lives and go out to somewhere where there's going to be nothing going on, and there's really just no point to spend the money. So we'll wait and see what happens. Hopefully things will be better by then. But like I said, it'll come down to that first week in April, and obviously I will keep you guys posted about the situation and stuff. It's, right now I cannot do anything. Hopefully this weekend we'll see some good news. But Lord and Taylor should really be closing their stores. They should not be opened. All malls were ordered to close. I don't know why department stores are even wasting their time, especially Sears. Man, I got to give it to Sears. They don't even care about the coronavirus. Then they're keeping their employees suffering. It's crazy. But Eddie Lampert too also made a quick, fast one during the coronavirus and sold in novel solutions to Costco wholesale for $1 billion. Sears is going to meet its fate very soon. I don't think it's going to be during now. I think they're going to try and keep the company through the coronavirus. But once the coronavirus is over, I'd say 2 more rounds of Sears and Kmart closures, and I think they're done. Honestly, I think this is going to be the year that Sears is going to cease to exist. I heard someone else say 2021, but 2020, I think, is going to be the year that Sears is going to be done. I would do a rant about Eddie Lampert, but I don't need to right now, and I want to do it once we get past the coronavirus. But yeah, that's what's going on with Sears and stuff, unfortunately. So my remote learning starts on the 23rd. Yeah, my remote learning started on the 16th because the week before that I had spring break, and today I was literally just told, yeah, man, you got to take all your stuff out. and leave. No, because I don't want to keep uploading the same content. I don't have anything in my backlog. I probably, if I went out to Smith Haven, I probably would have had something, but I don't, unfortunately. So, but yeah, Smith Haven right now is looking like the middle of April. Well, that's because the building is freestanding, so that makes sense. But I think the evidence is going to be clear for them to just close, honestly, because who the hell is going to shop at Lord and Taylor, especially in a time like this? No one's going to buy anything. I'm holding up all right. It's scary though. It's really scary, but hopefully by April, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, we can flatten the curve, and the number of cases of the coronavirus will go down, and I'm hoping by the middle of April things will be back to normal. That's what I'm hoping for right now. So, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, hi again, Dylan D. Jesus. Macy's pretty much closed their stores for the next 2 weeks. Macy's actually got smart, and I respect them for that. And Nordstrom's did too. Marshalls and Home Goods, they all got smart, and they said, "Listen, we're not going to open." So, but I mean, there's really no point for them to open. I mean, nobody's really going to go shopping. So it's only a matter of time before they close. DMVs are closed. Any personal care type of place was just ordered by the governor tonight to close. And so, I mean, I'm not surprised. Look, I mean, the most important thing right now is to flatten the curve, and we need to make sure that by the beginning of April, because I don't think people want their Easter plans to be ruined. I would hate for my Easter plans to be ruined, because that would really just suck. I'm not saying I'm a saint, but it would really stink if what's it called? If my Easter plans got canceled because of the coronavirus. That would be next to the Sears parking deck at Newport Center. I'm not rushing back to Newport anytime soon. There's nothing major closing there. So, man, a real shame about Rockaway too. Like, I was like, guys, all I literally had to do was take an Uber to downtown Morristown and hop on a bus. But that's okay. I can always just drive out there. It's not too far away. But it's a bit of a pain in the ass if Sears decides to pull the plug on that store. I'm sure they will. It's only a matter of time. Oh, I do too. Marshalls, Marmax, or TJ Maxx, and all of them, like, they truly care about their employees, and they want them to be safe and healthy. So I honestly do respect them, and I probably in the future will give more of my business to them, because they actually care about their employees and they care about their staff. And I think them closing is a smart decision. And I totally give them credit, because their employees don't have to worry. They can relax. They can tranquil, be calm, and not have to worry about doing stuff. Well, unless they go to the supermarket. But even then, I'm glad that Marshalls is doing that. I've always kind of liked Marshalls. They're a very good company. They know how to take care of their employees. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. But I would say those stores will probably be opened in about 2 to 3 weeks. Like I said, they have to disinfect the buildings and stuff. Not the Macy's in Hicksville, because speaking of that, anybody who's new here, Macy's in Hicksville actually closed on March 17th. It was actually supposed to close on March 22nd. However, due to the coronavirus or COVID-19, that closing was moved about 5 days. And pretty much right after the store closed, they were giving away any clothes that they didn't sell to free, I guess, to people that were low income, and just didn't make a lot of money. And I think I really appreciate Macy's for giving away the rest of their inventory to people who, are not a little, that are on money, that don't make a lot of money. East Hills Mall, that's probably in California. State, I live in New Jersey, right near the New York City metropolitan area, about maybe 10 minutes away from Manhattan, right around MetLife Stadium, if that's good enough for you. I still hate the fact. That was probably because of the property owner. That's definitely a property owner issue because TJ Maxx doesn't own the property. They're renting from the landlord. So the security guard of that property is probably who busted you, or probably the security guard probably informs the store workers to tell anyone to make sure not to film. So it gets complicated because the security guard tells taking pictures, tell them to stop because we don't appreciate that. Tenafly, no, but our county, my county in New Jersey, Bergen County, is the epicenter of the coronavirus in New Jersey, just like New York City is the epicenter of the coronavirus in New York. The state as a whole, too. So, but the good news is they just opened up the testing site, which actually reached capacity today. I was watching the video. I was like, holy shit. That I mean, they hit capacity and they closed for the day. They're going to need they're going to have to get another testing site opened up in Bergen County as soon as possible. I personally think MetLife Stadium would be the most ideal place to do it, because right now everybody's going to go to Bergen Community College. Then at least you have the traffic going two different ways. I think MetLife is a potential site for them to do it. Probably probably MetLife. I would say FDU Teaneck. What's another place you could do it? Ramapo for the northern part of the county. And I would say maybe, no, not Secaucus Junction. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, I can't think of any other places. They can't really do it at Westfield Garden State Plaza because that's too close to Bergen Community College. But definitely, the Meadowlands and maybe another site in Bergen County. But anyways, which one was modernized by Epco Inchline? Have I been to the Nintendo store in New York City? Oh, Octoboy 2018. No, I don't play Pokemon, but thanks for the question. Yes, I've been to the Nintendo store in New York City many, 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 many years ago. I'm not big on Nintendo as I once was. It's still, I mean, it's pretty cool. That elevator has the same exact chime as my recreation center, which is now closed. Um, yeah, that's closed. Yeah, a lot of stuff on campus. The next step I think is going to be to just kick everybody off campus. Yeah, I still can't believe they made the announcement today, but I mean, I knew it was coming. Sooner than later, they had to say something. So now I'll pretty much be getting a refund for half of because I mean, I maybe stayed there 2 weekends in a row, so now I'm going to pretty much be homebound for the rest of the semester. So, anyways, so yeah, guys, this has been quite an interesting week. Yes, it was rare. That was really rare to find a MT with 338 chimes. It'd be even more rare if it was low pitch, but still 338 chimes, higher low pitch. That's still pretty rare. Someone in the chat earlier actually said that they're actually going back to school on March 30th. I'm like, seriously? You're going back on March 30th? That's such a waste. Most colleges nowadays are just moving to the rest of the semester. Mine finally did it on Friday. It took them forever to figure that one out. But Rutgers did it. I knew it was going to come. It was inevitable, but it's whatever, I guess. Hopefully things will start to look better by next week. And if not next week, maybe the week after. Oh, hello there, New Jersey Transit Rail Fanner. How are you? I'll tell you though, I don't know how much longer I can keep up with this. Have you ever been in a plane? Yes, I've been in a plane before, definitely. So yeah, guys, I don't know how much longer I can keep up with this coronavirus madness. I can't wait to move on to the next Q&A live stream and not have to talk about it. I mean, hopefully it'll be soon, but even then, it's 3. If you count, whoa, did not mean to drop my brick. If you count the 2 main traction ones, And if you count the Schindler 400A at the skyscraper exhibit, it's about 3 in total. Alaska Airlines Flight 261. Okay. I'll Google this then. Oh, wow. This was a, loss of control. Wow. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that was that was a McDonnell Douglas. I know a little bit about airplanes too. McDonnell Douglas MD-80. Fun fact, guys, the only airline left that flies the McDonnell Douglas MD-80 is Delta Airlines, which they're actually expected to retire theirs this year. Just don't know when and where, obviously. I'm fine. How are you doing during quarantine? I'm not really in a quarantine, but it still kind of sucks to have to not really go anywhere because you don't have that freedom. I don't know which one has the exterior MT chime. What time? You mean the next live stream? Typically on Friday. Hopefully things will start to look better. But like I said, I don't know. So I did. I read through it. It was a crash in the Pacific Ocean with the MD-80. And it looks like it was going to Gustav Airport. I wonder if Alaska still serves this airport. No, they don't. No. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. I have to get some headphones on here, guys. Sorry about that. TWA Flight 80. Okay, I'll look that up in a minute. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Just making sure. TWA Flight 800. Just comment in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. Oh, wow. 96. Wow. Any survivors? Oh, wow. Leonardo da Vinci Airport with the flight origin beginning at John F. Kennedy. That's scary. Yeah, the exterior 408Es are MT, and the skyscraper is a 400A MRL. But yeah, I can. August. I've never been to the TWA hotel yet. I would love to go though someday. I hear it's really nice, but it's John F. Kennedy Airport, which is not close from here. Which is not close. So, boy. No, you do. You have 400 days in New York. Oh wow, it's abandoned. That makes sense. There's a 400A at Home Depot in Bellport. There's probably a couple in New York City, I would imagine. So yeah, there's definitely 400 days in New York City or New York. So what, at John F. Kennedy International Airport? I don't know. You can look it up. Just look up how Alaska 261 crashed, and you can read that information. Yeah, they're all over the place, Schindlers. especially New York. Um, I can't even think. Oh no, I do have a 400A nearby. When they built that new Meadowlands racetrack, that's a bunch of Schindler 400As. So those are the closest ones to my house. 330A, that parking deck in Secaucus, which took like 3 years to get that elevator to get into commission. Can't believe it still took that long. That's pretty insane. Um, I thought I needed my headphones in. I guess I don't. Um, but yeah, guys. So, anyways, do you guys have any questions or anything for me to answer about like stores and stuff? I know it's, I know everybody's has the coronavirus on their mind, but um, so let me know. I went to Sears in Livingston in New Brunswick right before the whole thing when the coronavirus broke out. But yeah, it's not bad. Oh yeah, that's right. And this time around a year they bet on the horses, but that's postponed because you can't have an event with 50 or more people until they can heal or find some vaccine for this virus. It's like whenever you want to talk about something, it's literally it's bad. So what do I think of Eddie Lampert? Oh, what I was gonna say is yeah, Route 17 sucks. Yeah, so Eddie Lampert, in the crisis of the coronavirus, thinks, it's a smart idea to sell in novel solutions to Costco wholesale for $1 billion. Yeah, and I knew that Eddie Lampert would have to do something because, right? We got to keep the lights on. We got to keep the lights on while Sears is going through the madness of the coronavirus. Selfish. I couldn't have put it better myself, man. Yeah, listen, Costco, but you know what? Costco can use that now, and they can get more stuff into their stores. And Land's End too. Land's End just landed a new partner with Kohl's. Um, but Sears is literally collapsing. It's really just hanging on by a thread. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do that soon. Just keep it closed. Um, so yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if they cease to operate that one pretty soon, like with Sears and stuff. So, Route 17, the part that sucks about Route 17 is the part that's between Westfield Garden State Plaza and the former National Wholesale Liquidators in Lodi, because the problem is it goes from 4 lanes to 2, and then you're stuck with the 2 lanes that begin right at the Hackensack UMC Fitness and Wellness, and they go all the way right when you hit that bridge right before the Westfield Garden State Plaza. Oh yeah, no. Well, there's nobody's out. The mall's dead unless you go to Bergen Community College to get a test for the coronavirus. Land's End is going to be the next Sears. No, Land's End I think is going to be okay because they're out. Number one, they're out of Sears. Number two, they partnered with Kohl's, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Still stinks, but at least they're in another department store. Um, but yeah, yeah, I have to deal, and if I'm ever like in the car like during rush hour, I would always have to deal with it because the problem is it's going from 3 lanes to 2. So you have all this traffic coming in, whether that's coming from Route 4, people leaving the Westfield Garden State Plaza, and that's why. Yeah, it definitely. If listen, if you have Easy Pass, take advantage of the Garden State Parkway during rush hour because Route 17 is hell, especially when you get past the Home Depot and the former National Wholesale Liquidators. When you go from 4 lanes to 2, it is absolute hell. My best bet if you need to go more north in Paramus, I would say get on 80, take the exit to Garden State Parkway North, and then get off at Route 17. So That's how I would do it. Will you reactions? I don't know. Oh, when did you go to Wildwood and Cape May? Yeah, no, it's much better in that section. The only thing I will say about the Garden State Parkway is once you hit the Essex Toll Plaza, the traffic there is not great. I will say the Turnpike is a little bit better, but I will say that the traffic is not great. It's not the best, and anytime I like to go to the on the Turnpike, it's a little bit more expensive, but you're getting there a little bit better versus going on the Garden State Parkway. That's just my opinion, at least. And Wildwood, I'm planning on going to June 14th. Hawthorne Plaza. I think that's I think that might have been owned by Westfield. Hmm. Maybe not. I don't know. Looks like some mall in like California or something. Okay, yeah, let me yeah. By then, by June 14th, you should be okay. I don't think that's going to interfere. Really, for me, Easter right now is up in the air. I don't know what's going to happen with that. If we have it, we have it. If we don't, we don't. There's not really much you can do. I hate driving through East Orange and Arlington. Yeah, that's not a good part of the Garden State Parkway. I have to deal with that maybe once or twice a year when I have to go down to my relatives for Thanksgiving. It's not fun sitting through that traffic. I will say that it is not fun. Most of the time I try to go, well, I don't really drive, but my family or sometimes my brother, vice versa, we try to take like 21 and stuff, and it's just much faster. I mean, it's just much faster than dealing with all the bumper to bumper traffic on the Garden State Parkway. So, yeah. But, excuse me, New Jersey Transit Rail Center, you should be okay to go to Wildwood and stuff. That should not be a problem, especially with all the craziness of the the coronavirus. By then, it should be done. Like you should be good to go. There we go. So yeah, because you're going through the slumps of East Orange and the slumps in Newark. But you should be good to go for Wildwood. That's they'll will be past that by then. Trust me. And I'm right now banking on middle of April for the coronavirus to be. I know it's coming up quick, but I think we can find a solution. We have so. I think what a lot of people don't realize about the coronavirus is we have so much technology and we have things that were already made for other diseases. I think if we can take that and use it for this disease, I think we can win this battle with the unknown enemy. And by the way, that's quoting Trump, in case you all don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, just for one night? Okay. So, well, that's up to you. Oh, yeah. No, 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 no. I'm not saying it's going to go away, but I'm saying let's flatten the curve and let's treat the patients that, you know, have it and let's come up with a temporary solution that can at least contain the virus so that it doesn't spread. And then we can flatten the curve and then think the virus will decline. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that there's going to be a solution tomorrow. If there is, I mean, that would be great. But I think the most important thing right now is to pretty much contain the virus. Let's be quarantined for 2 to 3 weeks, and everything will be back to normal. That's what I'm banking on. So, yeah, it does. It does pass through Newark. It will. It will take time, but the most it's right now. It's not even about ending the virus. The most important thing about COVID-19 is to contain the virus so that the virus does not continue to spread. That's why we've been seeing all these closings. The schools have closed, malls have closed, personal care places that are non-medical have closed. So the most important thing is for everybody to not leave your houses and try to stay in as much as you can. Only go out when it's necessary. And I know today was a beautiful day, but the risk is just too high. It's unfortunate too, because even today was a beautiful day, but there's not really much you can do, you know? So, but it stinks. And then when you have school and stuff, it's even harder with school. So, but anyways. Excuse me. As it is this weekend, I'm gonna have to do homework and stuff. So I think what I'm hoping for is there will be an end, and I know that there will be an end to this. I know that we can flatten the curve and contain the virus, and that right now is the most important thing. So, moving on from the coronavirus. Next videos to come up. Right now, I'm looking at 2 different dates. Wow. That was because my spring break was the 9th to the 13th, and then so it's funny. My school first announced that we'd be doing 2 weeks of online classes, and now they just made the big announcement today that they're going to be doing it for the rest of the semester, which is fine because it helps me out. I save a lot of money by going to Smith Haven. But right now, as for Smith Haven, guys, I think the most prominent dates for Smith Haven are looking like either the 18th or the 25th. I can't do it any earlier than that because I want this like we need this. I want to give this virus a chance to contain itself. So it sucks, but there's not really much you can do. If malls decide to reopen earlier, then I will have this discussion again and I will have to make a decision. So, but right now it's not looking like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. Chris, I agree with you and pray for the coronavirus to end. It's not going to end, but I know that we can contain it. We are a strong country. We are America. We have tackled much worse. And remember, now, you know what's interesting? And I think this is one thing that everybody's ignoring. We haven't had a single mass shooting, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't had a single mass shooting. Isn't that great? You got to look at the bright side. We've had no mass shooting and gas prices have gone down, which is fantastic. So there's a bright side to everything. I know this sucks right now, but think about it. No mass shootings and gas prices are the lowest they've been. Once everything gets back to normal, if stuff stays like this, we will be the greatest country in the world. Seriously. And I'm not joking around. If stuff stays like that, absolutely. And that serves you right for public education. Public education sucks. I can't believe they waited a week. That's just my old high school. They had a staff member who tested positive for the virus. So, but people have recovered, and I think there's a lot of the negative. I think people have to look at the positives. People have recovered. People are now getting tested. And the more that these people get tested, the much easier way it is to contain the virus. But I think the most important thing, and I'll keep saying this again and again in my live streams, number 1, wash your hands for 20 seconds. Number 2, please do not leave your house unless it is absolutely necessary for you to either A, get some fresh air, or you need to go to the supermarket or the pharmacy. Malls are closed, schools are closed, amusement parks are closed. Um, any entertainment venue is closed. So there is absolutely no reason to leave your house. And yes, this is also very important. Do not watch the news for 6 hours or 12 hours. Only watch the news when it is necessary. Only watch the news maybe once a day. And even that can be too much sometimes, because there are people, unfortunately, who are much older than me who spend 12 hours watching the news thinking that it is going to be the end of the world. Please, guys, do not watch the news for 12 to 6 hours. Talk to a friend, read a book, do schoolwork, talk to your family, play, uh, you know, here's a great example. Play a board game, you know, do something simple. Don't be, even as I was eating dinner tonight, I told my dad, what are we going to watch? The news or enjoy some music? We were eating Italian food. But don't listen to the news. I know it's hard to avoid it. I know this is crazy, but don't, because you know what it is? They keep repeating the same stuff over and over and over and over again. Now, when new information comes out, sure. But if you keep watching the same stuff over and over, look, you can only see it so many times. But what I'm saying is, don't be that one that always watches the news. Now, when you hear about something important, then you should know about it. But don't go stir crazy. Don't think that the media is right about everything, because they're not. And I've said this time and time again. Their goal in our society is to sell bad news. That's the reality of it, guys. I don't like to come out like this. And if there's anybody who's in journalism, it's no offense to your family members, but that is what this virus is doing right now. It is selling. The news right now is doing so well because everybody is watching the news, whether that's CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox, CNN, and even the newspapers, the New York Times, the New York Post, the Record, which is the NorthJersey.com, Newsday, which is out on Long Island, the what is it, the whatever the one in Westchester County is. So yes, what I say to you guys, watch the news only once a day. Once a day. I don't care if you want to be informed, but watch the news once a day. Yes, that also that depends on what area you're in. If you're in New York City or in Flushing, Queens, yes, you should definitely wear a mask. If you're in suburban New Jersey and you have space, I would say wearing a mask is probably stupid unless you come from a family that has been exposed to the coronavirus, or you need to wear a mask because you have certain medical conditions. I mean, I wear a mask and gloves. And I was like, why am I even wearing this? It's not like I'm in New York City or anything. It's important to take precautions, but sometimes people can get a little bit carried away. That's just the way that I see it as. So, so, but yeah, I have been avoiding the news as much as I can. If I want to see it, I can see it. There's only so much you can really handle, guys. But anyways, let's move on from this really quickly. I think if anybody has, I'm going to actually end this maybe just a little bit early tonight because I already did one earlier and I kind of want to just relax for the rest of the night. You guys have any last minute questions? Go ahead and answer them in the chat. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're in a densely populated area, of course you should be wearing a mask. But if you're in a not so densely populated area and there's space, you should not be wearing a mask. There's really no point. I think in a densely populated area, sure, you should definitely wear a mask. Like New York City, that's where you should wear a mask. But even the experts have said that the mask is good also for people who only actually have the virus. Any word? No. Right now, the only thing American Dream has said, and Don Guardian, the CEO, I got to give it to him. Round of applause. Like, seriously. Round of applause for saying that we are not going to open this. We cannot open this with the coronavirus because that would have been hell and that place would have been closed for months. So, very good job on Don Guardian around being smart and putting the people over profits. So good job to him. We will eventually see American Dream, but this is not the time to be opening up a shopping mall with a water park. And you know what? It also gives them time to add on more details in the water park too. So that's what I see in the benefit of this. But anyways, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this Q&A live stream a little bit early tonight. I'm just a little bit tired and me too, man. They had to. I mean, what choice? I'm like, I'm seeing this on Instagram. I'm like, there is no way they're going to open up this mall on March 19th. And I'm glad that Don Guardian made the decision to not open up the mall because there would have been coronavirus cases there left and right. So I'm glad that they made the smart executive decision to keep the whole property closed and then open that up once things kind of get back to normal, probably in April. As for the indoor water park, I probably will not be going to it until the fall. It's just the way things are. I mean, maybe in May if it's a rainy day, but even then, I don't really know. I'm kind of 50-50 on that water park for now, at least. But anyways. So anyways, guys, that is about going to do it for this Q&A live stream number 40. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to go over this really quickly. And until obviously the coronavirus is gone. Number 1, wash your hands. Number 2, please stay out of crowded areas. Make sure if you are in a densely populated area and you have to go to a store, wear gloves and a mask. And number 3, stay home if you can. I don't care if whether it's a nice day out or if you want to go see your friends, stay home. Seriously. It's not even a yes or no. It's stay home and only go out if you need to get food or you need to pick up your prescriptions for for certain medications you take. As for everyone taking online classes, congratulations, you made it through the first week, and that goes for anybody who is taking college online classes or anybody who is in either elementary, middle, or high school. So good job. You have officially made it through the first week of online classes. Anyways, guys, that is about going to do it for this Q&A live stream number 40. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. That will be it.